The Virginia Cable Telecommunications Association and your local cable provider presents Cable Reports. Join us now as Cable Reports brings you up to date on current issues facing the Commonwealth through discussions with your local legislators and other policymakers from across Virginia.
Welcome from the General Assembly in the City of Richmond. I'm Woody Evans for Cable Reports and Cox Communications. We have a brand new member of the Virginia State Senate, Senator McWaters. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Woody. Looking forward to it.
Now, you won a special election January 12th.
Yes, that's correct.
You want to tell us about your campaign and the district you represent?
Well, it's Virginia Beach, the eastern part of Virginia Beach, around 250,000 great individuals there. And we had a spirited Republican primary, which I won in December, and then ran against a Democratic opponent on January the 12th and won by a great margin. And I was very pleased with the wonderful support that I got from voters, Republicans and Independents and Democrats. I think all came out to help me in this special election. It was a great turnout.
Well, congratulations. You want to tell us a little bit about your constituency?
Well, it's a broad constituency. We have, of course, military families. We have organizations that are represent. There's so much diversity in our community. You go to any major employer there, and people live all over the Hampton Roads area, and it's been really neat for me. I've lived in the community 19 years plus, but to really, get out to all of the wonderful community activities and grassroots operations that go on that support so many aspects of our community. There's so many hardworking volunteers in our community. It's just encouraging.
Great. Now, I know you've had a signal honor recently, and that was responding to the outgoing governor's remarks.
That was a neat honor. The Republican caucus asked me to respond to Governor Kane's State of the Commonwealth address, and really gave me a chance to talk about my personal experience in business and in life, as well as just the things that I'd been working on the campaign, and what Governor McDonald had been working on as well, and some of the things we're trying to look toward the future. I'm brand new in this job, so I don't have a lot of history, but I really have a lot of aspirations about the future.
Now, I know you are a businessman. You bring a wealth of knowledge and experience as a businessman. What are some of the highlights of the remarks you made in response to the outgoing governor's speech?
Yeah. Well, by the way, those remarks would be available on our website, jeffmcwaters.com, and probably on our Facebook page also. But I think that really trying to remind people that the voters in Virginia Beach sent a business person here to Richmond, not a politician, and to try to look at politics and governing in a little bit different way. And I think that's the experience I bring to it, the energy, the enthusiasm that I bring to it. So, it's just my first week or so, and we had a lot of ceremony in the first few days with the incoming administration, and that was a real neat opportunity. And then 20 new House of Delegates members, and then 2 new state senators. So, that indoctrination was fairly quick for me. I was blessed to win the election on the 12th, and my wife and I got to bed about 2 o'clock after packing, and we rolled up here early the next morning, and then I had the opportunity to do the response to the governor's State of the Commonwealth address at as early as 10 a.m. So that was fun, and then we were off to the races. So it's really been a fun experience.
So what committee assignments do you have in the State Senate?
Yeah, we just got those the end of last week, I think, or maybe it was Monday. They were actually finalized. We heard about what they were likely to be. Transportation, which is extremely vital to the people in my part of the state, and so I was pleased to participate in the Transportation Committee. The Rehabilitation and Social Services. I've not been in one of those committee meetings yet. I'm looking forward to that. And then Privileges and Elections is the third committee that I serve on.
Well, those are very important committees. They have significant issues to address, and I'm sure you will enjoy your tenure on those. I'm sure you were present when Governor McDonnell gave his sort of state of the state address the other night, laid out his program for the future. He talked about a number of things, but most importantly, he talked about maintaining jobs, encouraging more business development in the state. And I take it you would agree with those remarks and think they're very important.
No question, Woody. It's been my top priority. It's been my priority throughout the campaign, and using my skills of creating jobs at AmeriGroup Corporation, where I served for about 14 or 15 years. I've been away from the company now for 2 years, but there was a lot of competition from other parts of the country, and in fact, internationally, to take jobs and move them from Virginia Beach. And we worked very hard because there's a tremendous depth of knowledge and experience and talent in the workforce in the southeastern part of Virginia. And so I have experience with that workforce, and it's a wonderful workforce. And very capable, and I think that any company in America could move to that area, or any entrepreneur in America could start a company like I did on my kitchen table, building that company to a Fortune 500 company, and I think they could be successful in our part of Virginia. So I'm very bullish on that, and look forward to working with the Lieutenant Governor and the Governor in trying to attract jobs to Virginia, as well as to Virginia Beach and the Tidewater area.
Now, Virginia certainly has a reputation as being a business-friendly state, and we want to maintain that. The governor also talked about streamlining the business licensing process. Is that something you think is vital?
Oh, I think that's important. I think that entrepreneurs knowing that they can move through the process of becoming operational and having, kind of a single focus of an organization that can help them through their licensing processes. That will be attractive. I think our right to work opportunities that we have in Virginia is very attractive to companies coming in. And then I'm working on a few pieces of legislation with the governor. I probably can't talk as much about what we're working on just yet, but from a personal perspective, being a new senator, I'm learning the ropes, and for me, I kind of learn by doing. And so we've got a nice piece of legislation on tax credits. Tax credits have been available in the state before to certain employers, and we're trying to drop that down to as few as 25 employees, so that the 26th employee would mean a tax credit. That credit could be as much as $2,000 a year for that employee for 5 years, and that's a significant increase over the current program. And so, it may encourage larger employers who win a new contract, or just putting a new business process in place, to locate those jobs here in Virginia rather than locating those jobs in other states. It may encourage entrepreneurs to hire an extra 2 or 3 people because we've paid for their training, perhaps. Maybe it can be used to offset health care. There's just a lot of opportunities, I think, that these tax credits can be used for. So that's something I'm very excited about, as well as have a bill in to increase the Governor's Opportunity Fund to about $25 million. Governor McDonnell spoke about that as well, so he and I are aligned on that one for sure. And however, I will say it's going to be an extremely tough budget year, as we all know, and there's going to be significant reductions in almost every line item in the state budget to have, by law, a balanced budget. So with the revenues down, we have to get expenses down. And so we know that there are going to be, a lot of organizations that are going to have to be, really working hard with less money. People are going to have to do more with less in the next couple of years here until we get our revenues back on track. But creating jobs is the way we do that. Creating jobs, not increasing taxes. By creating jobs, we can create new revenues for the state. And so to me, that's the secret of the economic turnaround for Virginia.